Okay, so today I have a notebook for Harley. This was the second notebook that I did that involved squares from my 2022 project called Squared Away. Basically, I was just really bored during COVID and thought, let's fill in some squares. And now I had no use for them. And I thought Harley might like it because she's very artistically inclined. So this notebook has a lot of my own art in it, as well as a piece of my sketchbook from high school. It's the picture that has the hand on it. Harley is named after Harley Quinn, and I originally was not going to put Batman in this book, but I wanted to tell you this book had a little accident. Actually, a couple of big accidents when it was being made. So the first big accident was that I put the binding wire or the coils in the machine the wrong way. I didn't know at the time it was the wrong way. I've been following this lady on YouTube and I followed how she said to put it in, but every time I put the wires in the way it was suggested, I felt like I was going to have a stroke, and it just did not bind very good at all. And this book actually flew out of the machine, and so the wires were bent before I was even done binding it, and so you'll see the wires are not nice and round. And then the second thing that happened when I cut the wire, it was a little too long, and someone was kind enough to help offer to cut the wire off. I didn't think that was a good idea, but they went ahead and did that. And I'm not saying that to call anybody out, but I have now learned what not to do, which is don't let other people touch your work. And at the same time, I've been making notebooks for other people, and a lot of them have requested black, which I don't understand because how are you going to write on it? But anyway, I had an extra piece of black Bristol board, and I happened to put it at the back of the book, and that was good because when the person decided they were going to cut the wire off, they accidentally stabbed right through the back cover. So there was this giant hole and it looked pretty irreparable. But because I put the black Bristol board in, it saved the rest of the book. And I put Harley Quinn on the hole and that kind of fixed it. But then I was like, well, you can't just have one sticker. So I went back and I added Batman and Batgirl. There is a page, I think it's gone by already, but it's like a pizza in a rainbow on a fiery background. And the fiery background was actually a giant Hunter Brothers poster. I could barely get the poster home. And like, I love the Hunter Brothers, but this poster was almost as big as my bed. And so I was like, no, I can't keep this. And that's where I got a lot of the black for other people's notebooks. Looking at this video now, it doesn't look too bad for me looking back on this book, but I just knew that, the squares didn't line up and the binding went wrong, and I felt really bad that there was a hole in it that I had to patch up with a sticker, and it just didn't feel like A+ work, so I will be making Harley another book. I'm working on it right now, actually.